I did not find one single place where a child like me can read about current affairs and news happening in India. Therefore, over the past few weeks, I started to read newspapers in my free time. I realized that newspapers are not all that boring. I want to encourage my friends to start reading too, and also want to share my learnings with all. I am glad to present my new weekly show, News Star. News Star will carry shortlisted news from my reading and comprehension of newspapers. Welcome to the first episode. Welcome. We would be covering select news items that appeared in Indian news portals over the last week. Cyclone in Maharashtra. In less than 2 weeks after Cyclone Amphan passed through West Bengal, India had a warning of another cyclone, Cyclone Nisarga. Cyclone Nisarga made a landfall in western coast near Maharashtra on June 3rd with speeds of 90 to 100 km per hour. The intensity was less severe and the damage to property and loss of life were minimal. India-China relations. India and China for long have not been able to agree on length of their borders. Due to this, for decades we have warlike tensions on and off. This time, in last 15 days, dispute has become heated, with both countries accusing each other of building roads and encroaching land around border area of Pangong Tso Lake. Part of the lake is in India and part in China, and both countries cannot agree how much. Due to the dispute, both sides are getting and camping military forces around the lake area. Even government level talks are currently on for peaceful solution. Anti-China popularity. Due to the tensions on border, many Indians, including famous personalities like Sonam Wangchuk, have made a call to stop using Chinese products and Chinese apps. These anti-China sentiments have got a lot of support on social media. Reduction in downloads of Chinese apps like TikTok and raising popularity of Mithron app, the Indian version of TikTok, are examples towards this. But given that half of products we use today have connection with China, how can we really boycott Chinese products? It is a question for you to decide. Anti-racial protests. Frequent cases of police brutality against black African Americans in USA has been occurring for many decades. In Minnesota, there was a recent incident where a white police kept his knee on neck of a black American, Mr. George Floyd. Mr. Floyd died of choking. Massive protests are happening across America against such police action on black people. Black Lives Matter has been trending across the globe. Migrant workers update. Migrant workers are people who travel from one place to another for finding a job or better life. For example, a plumber travels from Bihar to Bangalore for work, or it could be a driver, house help, construction labor, helpers in hotels, laundry or electrician who travels different place for work. Due to COVID-19, lakhs of such migrant workers have returned back to their homes. As per a communication for government, 90% of migrant workers who wanted to return back home, they have been ferried. However, if so many migrant workers go back home, what would happen to normal life in bigger cities needs to be seen. Animal-man conflict. How far can it go? Human and animal conflict have been happening for centuries now. The conflict happens when wild animals pose a direct and recurring threat to safety of people or their livelihood. Innocent animals venture outside forests due to loss of food or habitation. To protect themselves, humans then start attacking or even killing such animals. In one such recent incident in Kerala, it is come to light that many villagers commit dirty tricks by placing crackers inside fruits to scare wild animals. Unfortunately, one such fruit, which was filled with crackers, was eaten by a pregnant elephant. The elephant had a painful death due to the poisoning. This disgusting crime has been protested by everyone and the guilty people are being arrested. But will one arrest solve the problem? A larger debate to reduce the animal-man conflict is required. When are schools reopening? Government is preparing guidelines to reopen schools. In Karnataka, government also sought parents' view on opening of schools. As per a survey, only 11% parents were confident of sending their kids to schools, and all other wanted online classes to continue. Parents feel that schools are not prepared for social distancing and will not be able to take steps to stop virus spread. It looks like few more months of online schooling for kids. Are online classes for all? In a shocking and unfortunate incident in Kerala, a 14-year-old girl, Devika, committed suicide as she could not arrange a smartphone for attending online classes. There are millions of families in India whose parents cannot afford gadgets for online classes. Everyone watching NewsStar on their phones today are lucky and should express gratitude for what they have. Will India be a part of G7? Last week, President of USA, Donald Trump, invited India to be part of G7. G7 is a short form from group of top 7 powerful countries which can influence the world. The members of G7 are USA, UK, France, Canada, Germany, Italy, and Japan. These 7 nations alone represent 60% of global wealth. Even though India cannot be part of G7, today an invite by USA is a sign of growing India's strength and influence. World Environment Day. Friday, 5th June was celebrated as World Environment Day for encouraging awareness and action for protecting the environment. People celebrated the day by planting trees and emphasizing points to protect the environment. With this, we come to an end of NewsStar Weekly Roundup. I hope you find them informative and a step towards learning. Knowledge is built only with consistent learning over a period of time. Please subscribe to the channel for gradually building up knowledge about current affairs. If there are any feedback, please drop your comments. Have a great week ahead.